Welcome to Daily Bread. As always, this reading is timeless, which means whenever you find this message, or whenever this message finds you, is when you're meant to see it. So please, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. The energy's already been cleared. Let's get started. Let's start by asking Source, what is the energy we need to focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we need to focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we need to focus on for this message? Sacred journey. Yep. So Source is telling someone right now, you are very aware that you are on a spiritual journey. And the interesting thing about it is sometimes this awareness that we are on our sacred journey doesn't always stick with us, even though we are always on a sacred journey. But someone right now has moved into a space where they are really aware that they're on a sacred journey. And that could be because, okay, I see someone who's starting to see angel numbers everywhere. So you're starting to see maybe like 1111 or 1212 or 222 or 333 or 444 all of the time. And you're starting to become aware also of these synchronicities. So I see someone who set their intention to, and it's almost like you're opening your mind to it and you're starting to see how it works. So you set your intention to get to a particular goal, and now you're starting to see clues that'll lead you to your goal everywhere. You are thinking of someone and that person will call you or text you. You're thinking of something and then that person will tell you, you know what, I was thinking about you the other day and got you a gift. So someone is finding themselves really in tune right now with the universe. And that is because you are sending out signals and receiving signals. And I see someone who's really surprised right now because you feel like you've been sending out way more than you've been receiving. And now that you're starting to receive these messages back, you feel like, am I going crazy? And Source is telling you you're not going crazy. So let's dig deeper into this with the tarot and see what else we have. Please take what resonates. If this is resonating with you, please press that like button, follow, share with someone you care about. It may edify them as well. Source, what else can you tell us about being on our sacred journey? Source, what else can you tell us about our sacred journey and where we are on it? Yep. Okay. So you have the Emperor, the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the Hierophant. So Source is about to upgrade somebody in their life right now. So the reason why you're starting to become super aware that you're on your spiritual journey is because right now your actions are so important. What you reap is what you sow. You reap what you sow. And you're right now in a situation where now that you're starting to get those instant feedbacks or more quick feedback from the universe, that means that your manifestations are more powerful right now. You're more attuned for whatever reason. And it could be because you've been taking care of yourself, you've been nurturing, you've been opening yourself, you've been doing the right things. But Source is telling you that right now, you're about to take an upgrade in your life. Some of your long-term strategies are about to finally pay off. So Source is saying, keep following that trail that Source is putting out there for you, because you're about to be made a boss of your life. Someone has been promoted to the CEO of their own life. And what that means is you finally understand that you get to make the decision for where your life heads. Your life is, if your life was a business or an organization, you are at the forefront of it. You tell your arms and hands what to do. You direct your thoughts to where they need to be going. You are a manager of a human being, and you have been promoted to CEO of your life. And what I'm also seeing with this Fool card, especially with this sacred journey, is that somebody is jumping out of doubt and diving into belief. And what's fun is Source is telling you you can rest there. That's where you can feel comfortable there. Somebody has felt uncomfortable and it's interesting because someone can feel uncomfortable being vulnerable enough with themselves to allow themselves to have a spiritual life and spiritual experiences, even though with this Hierophant card, Source is courting you like a romantic partner. And all of these gestures and all of these synchronicities are love notes between you and Source, because Source knows your love language, the love language of your soul. And Source is trying to get you out of a point where you're no longer stressed about what you're capable of and what's coming to you and what your skills are and what you can do. Source is saying you're qualified. Source is saying that now that you're qualified, you've been promoted to the CEO of your own life. You are about to start. You can direct where your faith goes. So here's the thing. If there's a mountain you want to move, Source is saying now's the time to move it. If there's a river you want to part or a sea you want to part, Source is saying now is the time to part that sea. Source is behind somebody right now 110%. And you are about to see miracles work in your life through your hands, through your faith and your belief in yourself and what Source has put in you. So let's go to the Oracle and see what actions or advice we have to go along with this, because I'm seeing somebody who was in a state of being stressed, like they were on the other side of things. And then all of a sudden it was like this light came on and now there's a peace around you. And that peace is from Source. That joy is from Source. And I see somebody who's waking up in the morning singing. I see somebody who's waking up laughing, smiling. And it is because Source has given you a joy in your heart that you can't explain and no one can take from you. So again, let's go to the Oracle. If this what's resonating, take it. If it doesn't, leave it for someone else. If it does, press that like button. Follow, share. Let's get one more. Let's get one Oracle card here. I'm going to take this one too because it popped up and it's bothering me. So no place like home. So Source is telling someone right now that you need to find out where your spiritual grounding is. So ground yourself in a place where you can be alone with Source in you and make that your home. Because, for example, when we put our spiritual home, when we put our heart home in other people, and you know, people say home is where the heart is, make your home your own heart. Make yourself invested in your own happiness. Make yourself invested in your own love and joy. And I see somebody who may have had an approach to maybe even a romantic partner where you made that person your joy or your happiness, or you made a project your joy or your happiness. And with being promoted to the CEO of your own life means that you are allowed to invest joy and happiness into yourself. And it's coming to you from Source now because Source is trying to get you kickstarted on that direction. So I'm also seeing not for you. So Source, not for you doesn't mean no. Not for you means being able to understand the things that maybe aren't the most conducive for you at this time. So there are things that you may see other people doing, and I see. And here's the thing, and I see somebody who's about to start this journey, and you're about to start seeing really quick returns, and you're about to start seeing the seeds that you've sown come back to you really quick. And what can happen is sometimes when we start getting into, because God is saying yes to you a lot right now, and sometimes when we're going through this, you might hit something and you'll be like, okay, God, I'm ready for my new person, and I'm ready for it to be this person. And Source might say, you're going to get a person, but not that person. And instead of being disappointed and instead of being broken, you're going to be reminded that you're on your you're on your sacred journey. And on your sacred journey, something about that disappointment and moving on from that particular relationship is a lesson to make your next relationship stronger. So look at the things that are not for you as just not for you, and not as a flat out no, to keep yourself from getting discouraged. So I'm going to pull one more card from the Loving Universe Major Arcana to see if there are any lessons that we have to go along with today's message about being on our sacred journey and understanding that our faith is about to be rewarded. Again, the Hierophant, double qualified. So the Hierophant asks us, do we understand the requirements of our goals? And have we demonstrated enough skill to reach them? So what I'm seeing here with this Hierophant doubling here is that Source is saying, you're qualified, you are worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of healthy relationships. You are worthy of humane working conditions. And Source is saying right now, where else can you, as the CEO of your life, give yourself the stamp of validation as worthy? So Source is saying right now that it's time to go inside of yourself and look at every little part of yourself and say, I love you, worthy. I love you, worthy. I love you, worthy. And if you're uncomfortable with it, love it and nurture it until you feel I love you, worthy. So that's the reading that I have for you today. I hope it resonated with you. Take what did, leave the rest for someone else. Like, follow, share with someone you care about, and I'll see you next time.